Hello and welcome to Dental Studies Simplified. I am Dr. Ankita Kotecha and today's topic is impact of thyroid disorders on oral health. Mainly there are two thyroid disorders, hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. In hyperthyroidism we see increased metabolic activity, whereas in hypothyroidism we see decreased metabolic activity. And the oral manifestations associated are due to this very reason. So please remember, hyperthyroidism is associated with increased metabolic activity. So the impact of increased metabolic activity on bone. Let's start with bone. So on bone, systemically we see osteoporosis. Second is on children, that is primary and mixed dentition, alveolar ridges, accelerated bone resorption and hence accelerated eruption, pre-shedding and accelerated eruption, early eruption. And in adults, this accelerated bone loss, bone resorption will lead to periodontal diseases and tooth loss. So these are the main manifestations due to its impact on bone. Osteoporosis, accelerated or early eruption and tooth loss. Clear? Now one more point to remember. These are disease-related manifestations. As we all have already discussed, the impact of any systemic disease on oral health is either disease-related or drug-related. So these manifestations are disease-related. Talking about the drug-related manifestation, hyperthyroidism is treated by mainly or commonly propylthiouracil, which leads to agranulocytosis or leukopenia, and hence the patient is susceptible to recurrent infections. So one of the infections is periodontal diseases because of inability to mount a proper host response against the bacterial invasion. So these are disease related. I will just categorize them for your easy understanding and remembering. Okay. So drug related is propylthiouracil, which leads to agranulocytosis or leukopenia and hence increased risk of infection. This is drug related. Very simple. Okay. Hyperthyroidism, we have osteoporosis, early eruption, tooth loss, which is disease related due to increased metabolic activity of bone. And due to the drug, that is propylthiouracil, agranulocytosis or leukopenia, which makes the patient more prone to infections, one of which is periodontal diseases. So increased prevalence of periodontal diseases in hyperthyroid patient. Okay, so that's all about hyperthyroidism. Talking about hypothyroidism, again, hypothyroidism, the manifestations will be disease related or drug related or even therapy related. So in hypothyroidism, we see decreased metabolic activity. Remember, decreased metabolic activity. So talking about soft tissues, the mucopolysaccharides that gets accumulated, deposited due to its decreased degradation. Okay, decreased degradation. So increased subcutaneous mucopolysaccharide deposition, which leads to facial tissues enlargement, that is myxedema or even glossitis or even salivary gland enlargement. Now salivary gland is also impacted by many other factors we will discuss eventually. So on tissues, due to decreased mucopolysaccharide degradation, we have facial myxedema and macroglossia. Okay. Next, on bone, decreased metabolic activity. So the eruption will be delayed because the bone resorption will take place slowly. So delayed eruption. Okay. And the third point is on periodontal tissues due to decreased fibroblastic activity. Again, decreased metabolic activity, so the fibroblast activity is impaired. So the cell biology of even periodontal tissues is affected and hence compromised periodontal status. These are the manifestations due to the disease. Talking about drug? No, the drug here does not cause any disease. The drug used is levothyroxine. It has not have any impact on oral health. But the therapy, as I mentioned, usually hypothyroidism patients will present with Hashimoto thyroiditis or even salivary gland or thyroid cancer. So the treatment of thyroid cancer is radiation therapy. Radiation therapy mainly iodine 131. Now this affects the salivary glands and may lead to salivary gland problems, one of which is again its output, so xerostomia and its associated manifestations, there is caries and dryness of oral mucosa. Okay, so this is therapy related. The salivary gland output is affected and hence xerostomia, dry mucosa, again the same, recurrent infections, ulcerations and dental caries. Now one additional point to be added here is the role of autoimmune diseases. The hypothyroidism patients are usually associated with autoimmune diseases such as Hashimoto thyroiditis and also Sjogren's syndrome. The most common additional disease found in Sjogren's syndrome is hypothyroidism. That is why a hypothyroid patient should be thoroughly evaluated for presence of Sjogren's syndrome. That is why maybe hypothyroid patients will also present with xerostomia and hence the dry mucosa and dental caries manifestation. So a thorough evaluation of hypothyroid patient for presence of Sjogren's syndrome is must, because it will then lead to the salivary gland impact and the associated manifestation. Clear? And the last point is therapy, as we have already discussed, the radiation therapy. So a thorough counseling of the patients about its impact on oral health and preventive measures to be taken well before has to be planned. So these are the various impact of thyroid disorders, that is hypothyroidism, on oral health. These are disease related. And this is mainly drug or ideally to be told as therapy related. Okay. So facial mixed edema, macroglossia due to decreased mucopolysaccharide degradation and its deposition. Delayed eruption due to decreased metabolic activity of bone. Periodontal status compromised because the cell biology of periodontal tissues is affected due to the impact of decreased metabolic activity on the gingival fibroblast particularly. And salivary gland impact or enlargement due to the therapy, that is for thyroid cancer, radioactive iodine 131. Okay. So that's all about thyroid disorders and oral health, hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. Hyperthyroidism, increased metabolic activity, so osteoporosis, accelerated eruption, accelerated bone loss, so tooth loss, and the drug-related propylthiouracil leading to agranulocytosis or leukopenia and hence increased risk of infections, one of which can be periodontal infections. And in hypothyroidism, decreased metabolic activity, so on soft tissue we have facial mixed edema and macroglossia. Delayed eruption of teeth due to decreased or slow metabolism, slow resorption of bone. Periodontal status compromised because of its impact on gingival fibroblast activity. And salivary gland impact mainly due to the therapy related, that is the radiation therapy for thyroid cancer. And one more additional point, the role of autoimmune diseases, that is hypothyroid disease, hypothyroidism is most commonly an additional disease found with Sjogren's syndrome, primary Sjogren's syndrome. So a thorough evaluation of hypothyroid patients for presence of Sjogren's and its associated syndromic diseases, that is xerostomia and xerophthalmia. Clear? This completes the topic thyroid disorders and oral health. I hope you find this helpful. If you still have any doubts or any queries, feel free to write them in the comment section below or mail them at dentalstudiessimplified@gmail.com. Thank you for watching and listening to me. Study well. Have a good day.